Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another indie comic review. And in this indie comic review, I'll be covering Simon Kudranski's Something Epic. And I must admit, this story really caught me by surprise. And even though there was a recommendation by a channel, the Geeky Puppet Show, which had RDV doing a top 5 comics to expect to be for the week, and how it turned out in the after with the best 5. So starting off with first things first, and that is the cover. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And my goodness, what you see on the cover is also what you see inside art-wise too. And I'll get around to that right now, because we're going to need to find out what is also happening story-wise when we move into the area with the art. So let's have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. So as the story begins, we start to walk into the life of the character known as Daniel Dillon. And he grows up, or we learn that the character grows up in a single family household, so basically grows up with his mother. And we get to see some of the things that are happening in his life. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we see that he can see like a number of characters. So you can see that he's very creative and has a lot of creativity in a lot of the things he sees and the things that is happening around him. We don't quite get his age, but that's neither here or there. A little bit towards the end. And yes, this is the end of this issue. And what it sort of hints of is that what we happen to have seen in this issue, maybe we might not, or we might see parts of it in the next issue. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5. Now it's time to move into the area of the story. And first things first, let's move into the area of time. What did we get spoken about? Maybe time references. It was mainly towards the end of the book, and it mentioned the next 3 months. So we know that something will be happening with the character, quite likely in the next issue, which will be addressing what will be happening in the next 3 months with the character. The next is locations, mainly brought up by name, and also where we got to see in the art. We had Kramer and Cooper, to which we learned that that's a place where Mrs. Dillon works. We didn't get to see the place, but it was mentioned by name. We, of course, had their home, plus the hospital. The cast of characters consisting of Mrs. Dillon, Daniel, her son. We also had the characters that he could see in with his creativity. We had Marcellus, we had Drill. So we had a cat, and I think it was like a vampire. We also had Camo-chan, or Camo-gen, Nail, and Furion. For the overall rating for this, I give a 7.5 out of 10. I definitely look forward to where the next issue will take us. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.